Hi, my name is David. Today we're going to do number 28, implement strStr on LeetCode. So in this problem, we have a function that takes in haystack and needle. Both of these are string, and it wants us to find the first index where you can find the string of needle inside of haystack. So needle is LL, haystack is hello. The first index is the second one where there's a match of LL, L, and that's what we return. If we don't find a match, we return -1. So this is the index of, and let's try to do this problem without it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to loop through haystack. And then the idea here is that we're going to loop through this, and then we're going to compare the first character to this one, and then this one to this one. If it's a match, we return the index of I. So we need to create a variable to hold a state within this loop. So create match variable and set it to true. And that's going to keep track of if we're able to do a successful inner loop or not. So after that, we have to loop through needle. And inside of this loop, we have to compare if outer character doesn't equal inner character. And this means we have to break out of it. We're using a invert logic here. So we change match to false, meaning that it was an successful loop. We need to keep going. And then we just break, exit that loop. So then after we do this inner loop, we compare if the state is still true. So if match is true, we know that it successfully iterate through needle and matched, and then we can return that index. And then if it doesn't find a match, we return -1. Great. So let's code it for that I equals 0, I is less than haystack.length, I ++. And now we create the match variable that match equals true, and that's going to hold the state. So now we do the inner loop for that j equals 0, j is less than needle dot length, j ++. Great. And now we check if they're equal. So if haystack. So we're going to have to compare each one of these with, we're going to compare this one to this one, and then we're going to have to move on to this one and move on to that one. So we're going to have to do haystack I plus j to keep track of the characters. Doesn't equal needle index of j. We do match equals false, changing the state, and we break. So now we look at it if the match didn't get changed to false. So if match is still true, return that I, meaning that we successfully went through the loop of needle and found it. If we never hit the return, we return -1 here. Great. Great, so that's it. The time complexity, we are doing a loop of haystack and needle is nested inside of it. So it's going to be O of n times m, where n is the length of haystack and m is the length of needle. And then the space complexity, since we're just using constant space, is going to be O of 1. And that's how you solve this problem. Thank you so much.